Hi all, Planetside Agent here. Today I thought I'd do a video on my Optimus 8R stove. This is the one that kind of got me started on my Manic stove collection and stuff. Originally I bought a Surveyor 123, and just because I'd always admired that stove, and I never got one because they're expensive, and that hasn't changed. They're still expensive, but I finally bit the bullet and bought one. And then I thought, the other stove I saw, from my younger days and all, that I was really impressed with this Optimus 8R. So I went online to eBay and see if I could find one. And then, of course, I saw a lot of other really neat brass stoves. And then I saw a bunch of videos on YouTube about them, and then just got carried away and wind up buying a ton of stoves. But I did most of my collecting probably about 4 years ago, which was a good thing because, man, these things have really gone up in price. I know, like some of these, I don't know if you can see this one over here, my 111R. Last time I seen those, they're going for about $100, and trust me, I didn't pay $100 for this one or this one, but they're really gone up in price. So I was glad I got them when I did, and like I said, this is one of the ones I was going for, but I wound up getting a lot more, which I'll be showing on these videos over time. So anyway, yeah, I cleaned this one up when I first got it, and then I decided to go back in and do a better buff job with this new Mother's mag and aluminum. See that? Oh, and aluminum paste. And also take apart the valve and everything, and kind of clean that up. And now I got her all cleaned up. I fueled her up, and I'm going to go ahead and test fire it. So we'll see how that's going to go. Yeah, I buffed it all up. Of course, when I fire it up, it's going to tinge this, and I'll have to buff it again before I put it away. Like I said, I'm just kind of refurbing these. I'm not going to restore them to original state by paint and all the other stuff. This shining them up like this is good enough. Well, one thing about the shining,
Hey, Dad?
back got to turn this off. The wife came out in the garage. One of the hazards of videotaping spouses. But anyway, where was I? Shoot, I should rewind this and see. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. Yeah, I've gotten several of these stoves, and one of the problems, I think, the Brits, and I know some other Europeans, when their alcohol or meth that they call it, it has usually has a chemical dye in it, and like that red dye that I've seen on some videos from Brits and stuff. And I'll tell you what, that crap gets over everything, and it's really hard to get rid of. It kind of really boogers up these stoves. I still got a few odd stains in there that I kind of tried to rub out, but I don't know if I'll go back and try even harder later. I think if I got a buffing wheel, that would really help, but I don't have one. Maybe if I get one, run over to Harbor Freight, then I'll see if I get some more of the stains off of it. But yeah, there's a little one right there, and like some of them were really bad. I had to really work on some of my stoves to get rid of that red rust. One of them, one of my original 123, Surveyor 123s, it had it really bad, and it was all over the little round shield, which was really hard to polish and get out of all the nooks and crannies. So, yeah, I'm glad we don't have that in this country. So, anyway, like I said, I got this all cleaned up, put it back together, got it gassed up, and now I'm going to give her a fire up and see how it's going to go. Yeah, I better keep this handy to tighten up in case I get a little leakage around the hold retaining bolt here. See if I can do this without getting it all over the place. Probably not. Oops. Yeah. Let's try going just down here. See if we can fill up that tray down there. There it goes. Yeah, it's going to go all over the place. Probably one of the downsides of this particular design is getting the fuel into it. The 111's cool. It's got that little hole in the top that you pour it in, and it drains it right down into the spirit cup. Let's go ahead and fire this baby up. There it goes. Even lit that off. So let that preheat, and we'll see if it fires up. Yeah, this heating bell had a little stain in the spreader there, and I don't know where that came from and what caused that. I couldn't really get that scruffed out. So who knows what people were using in these stoves or how they're used. Yeah, let's see. Is that? Yeah, you probably can't. You can't see anything unless I turn the lights out. Oops. Yeah. One of the great entertainment values, watching stoves prime, watching paint dry. I'm sure there's some other stuff out there that's equally as exciting. Okay. Yeah, I polished up this bell now before I put it on, but it gets darkened when you fire it up, and I'll just have to repolish it before I put it back away. Like I say, most of my stoves are just for collecting value. I'll do another quick cleanup on this and then just set it on the shelf and just wait until I croak and my kids sell it off for their inheritance. There, okay. Looks like that's out. Let's go ahead and see if this baby will fire up. Come on. I don't think I put it in there that tight. Oops. There it goes. Whoa, yeah. You know what I was telling you about that? Oh, crap. Should have done this not inside the, there we go. There. Yeah. That darkened it. There we go. Go all the way up to where the cleaning needle starts to get into the jet. It's working. Let me turn the light out and see how it looks. Block the light from the window. There you go. There. Flame's a little uneven, but everything seems pretty rounded, so I don't know why that is. So anyway, I don't see any other little leaks. Okay, well, it works. Great little stove. Say always did like this stove. First one I ever saw in action was when I was in college. My brother and I, we spent 2 weeks bike riding up in Vancouver Island and the islands up there, and we stopped one night to camp. I used my old Bluette S200, and the guy camped next to us. He was also bike camping. He had one of these. He was prepping his meal on, and I was impressed. It's really a great little stove. So anyway, that's. Oh, one more thing I was going to say is let this run a little bit. Is if you noticed on the top of this, the decal was kind of shrunk and fallen away, and you can buy these. This company Tilly lamps and stoves, and I did buy one. I might peel off the 8R sticker that's all kind of shrunk up and shriveled up, and then replace it with this brand new one. So for this one, I probably will do that. I got a sneaking suspicion that the previous owner maybe had this up too high or closed it over, because you can see like there's some scorch marks in here, and I think it also, the heat shriveled up the what you call it there, maybe I can't really handle it now. So, but I'll also put this link in the description. If anybody's got one of these and is interested. So, anyway, I think that's it for this stove. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye bye. Quick addendum here. When I turned this off, it didn't candle, so that's another thing I was looking for after I restored these stoves. Because if you watch my video on my newer model, Svea 123, I had a heck of a time with the candling problem. But this one and the 111, which I did a video on a couple days ago, both shut right down. So success there. Okay, and again, I'll see you next time.